Hey champions. So I don't know if you can hear this at all, but listen for the sizzling when I heat up this eyelet that had a bit of a DC voltage leakage problem. You hear the sizzling? And again. So that sizzling is essentially a small amount of water that's trapped in the board in that area. Some less volatile solvents perhaps from previous cleaning attempts. So we redo that a couple of times and clean it with alcohol. It will of course sizzle with the alcohol on there, but we repeat that cycle about 10 times with some alcohol washing in between, and generally the eyelets cease their unwanted conductivity to the nearby area. Alright champions, we've given the cab a good clean up, and this is why you always inspect the speaker wiring, because it's invariably scabby. So I've got a loose signal connection there, and over here we've got a loose ground connection, so we'll fix them up, and by then hopefully my microphone's charged. So just going through and checking the baffle screws, the nuts, and yes, they're all very loose. They are a form of locking nuts, got like teeth on a flanged flange? Yeah, they're sort of a locking nut just by virtue of it biting into the surface, which isn't great for painted speakers, but for just plated ones like this, it's fine, because on a painted speaker it might make it flake off. Just going to remove these wires entirely and then clean and tin the terminals before reapplying some new solder. Alright, I do strongly dislike these sort of hook type terminals because it's hard to get the wire secured on it, but here I've done a 270 degree wrap around the terminal, and it was pretty strong before applying the solder. It's a lot easier when you've just got a single conductor going through it, but yeah, the general eyelets that you normally see on these are much easier to connect to. And if you remember correctly, the old rear covers made from 3mm MDF, and that one was drilled randomly. Not sure why. So we made two new ones out of 6mm marine ply, a lot sturdier, and no random Swiss cheese holes throughout. So we'll install them, give her a bit of a sound test. Alright, so just using the Brother P Touch, we've done some little clear labels there, just looks a little bit less messy. I've removed the front labels from the top of the cab there, and we have relabeled the foot switch. Instead of that wrinkly duct tape, we've got some nice Brother P Touch labels on there now. They are quite handy little units, the Brother things. I'm sure there's probably better ones out there, but for the price they are pretty damn good. And you can get the knockoff labels that are about a quarter of the price, and Dad and I have been using them with no issues.